And it sucks, like, I invite people to my house, and then, like, I just get bored, and, like, I want to kick them out, or, like, I'll just, like, go into the other room, not come back. Like, I'm the worst host. I did that, like, I had this, like, party at my house, and I just, like, isolated myself in the fucking garage, and just, like, thought about smoking. And, like, I ended up going to the gas station that night, like, buying a pack of cigarettes because I was like, I need to smoke. Because it was just driving me fucking nuts. Like, having all these people in my house. It's like, I just can't fucking do it. I guess I'm too quiet. I'm like, too much of a quiet borderline. Like, more classic borderlines, like, they're real social. But, like, quiet borderlines were, like, I mean, like, well, I'm already libertarian. So I tend to isolate myself a lot. See, I keep looking around because I'm always, like, thinking that I see things and hear things. And yes, I'm also part schizophrenic, disorganized, if you couldn't tell. Not the paranoid part yet. I mean, well, I'm already there somewhat. It's just I have, like, delusions, you know, of grandeur. Such a sexy word. I'm like, I want to have delusions of grandeur. Look at him, speaking of delusions of grandeur. He thinks so highly of himself. He really does. Okay, you better figure out how to zoom in. Position it right, position it right. Arlo. Arlo. Meow for me, baby. Come on. Come on. Meow. 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 God damn it. He won't meow on call, but he'll meow like any other damn time. Like, that's what annoys me about cats, but at the same time, it's like, well, that's why they're cool. It's because, like, they're just like, fuck you, I do what I want. Fuck you, Banks. Libertarian all the way down with the Federal Reserve. I figured, you guys, I am going to be the new Federal Reserve because art will be the new currency. Like, I think our banking system has failed. I'm thinking about buying a Bitcoin. Would you suggest it? I'm just, like, just for the hell of it, just to say, like, yeah, I bought a Bitcoin, you know? And also because I don't have any money, so I'm like, well, I might make some money with that. That's my only hope is Bitcoin. See, I'm having so much fun in this hat, you guys. Make America gross again. That's what my friend and my colleague, Micah Dean, he's not a big supporter of Ducky. Mr. Donald J. Trump. He's not a big supporter of him, so he originally said that to make fun of me, but I just like that, and he's a sweetheart. We've had a lot of discussions about stuff, and I don't agree with, I mean, well, obviously, not a Bernie supporter, but, he, I don't know, he allows me to be myself, and he appreciates me being myself, even though he doesn't agree with me, which is awesome. Like, we need that. We don't want everybody to be the same. You guys, I appreciate my liberal friends. I appreciate getting into these arguments. I appreciate getting yelled at. I really do. I would rather get yelled at than not get yelled at. I work at a restaurant, okay? I never get yelled at enough. I just love it. I'm such a masochist. But really, I appreciate, like, talking to people that have different opinions and different experiences, and talking to my coworker Adney today, the one from Nicaragua that I told you guys about, and she, you know, God, what did she say? She's gonna be a lawyer. Like, she's super smart. She's like 18 years old. She's already, like, determined to be a fucking lawyer. I was like, that's cool. a lot of people think that lawyers are like shit. I'm like, yeah, a lot of lawyers are shit. Just like a lot of doctors are shit. Just like a lot of mechanics are shit. Just like a lot of everybody everywhere is shit. But there's some people that do it. All these positions that actually appreciate it and love it. And well, maybe if they don't love it, they're still good at it. And they still care about the American public. Or any public, really. Let's not, just say American. Let's include everybody. Because I really do love other people, you guys. Not just Americans. In fact, most Americans are the ones I can't stand. I wish we could deport those people. I wish we could, bring in the immigrants that would work and, just not take our government funding. I wish that we could bring them here and give them, the opportunity, that equal opportunity. I wish that we could do that and just kick out all the people that are fucking loafers and just sit around and get themselves addicted to drugs and alcohol and take our food stamps and all that shit. It's I don't understand, I feel like if you're, I know that, it probably sounds well, this is controversial, but it's just I don't understand why we support people that don't want to support themselves. I don't see why being financially responsible is not something to strive for. And I think that people should be encouraged to do that. And I know that probably sounds critical, oh, I'm coming down on you and I'm accusing you of stealing and all this shit. Well, I used to steal shit too, baby. All the time. I was a garden variety thief. Why do you think I'm having this conversation with you? It's because I care about you. This ain't hate speech. It's tough love speech, honey. And you can get mad, but it's not going to change your circumstance if you just keep getting help. I mean, that's what I see with a lot of people that go to recovery meetings. It's some of them, they get help. I was this way. I was totally this way. That's why I stopped going. See, look. 7.5 years, you guys. It's not hard at all. You just don't fucking do it anymore. That's it. You make a decision. You call to God if you believe in God. It helps if you do. And then he takes it away. Poof. Now, is there some sort of I mean, I don't crave it anymore. But it's do I miss it? Yes, of course I miss it. But so fucking what? I miss a lot of shit. I miss being a kid. I miss eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch and not realizing that there were fucking GMOs in it. I miss that. Oh, the ignorant bliss. It's I just haven't eaten, because I don't want to fucking eat a bunch of GMOs. I'm well, you gotta figure this shit out, baby. I'm just, eating superfood. That stuff is so gross. It's plant food, but I'm I can do it. At least that way I won't die of anorexia. I have part-time anorexia. It's just really hard for me to eat when I'm this fucking emotional. I know a lot of people like me. They're all borderlines. They just can't fucking eat. Or they eat too much. Or they're usually addicted to alcohol and drugs. Which is why I'm saying don't help people by giving them way too much help. There needs to be a cutoff. I don't get it. It's I always have to change things eventually and just do a complete 180. I've been talking for so long. You do this. You do this all the time. You just go on and on and on as if anybody cares. But the audience in my head loves it. This is quiet borderline personality, but it's also mixed with disorganized schizophrenia, which begets PTSD 1 and 2. PTSD 2, pre-traumatic stress, where you think that you're going to go through something, and then you probably do, because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? I was thinking about, so I don't know if you guys remember, last year I went and saw one of my favorite bands perform. And it was a very emotional night because I was very excited to see them. But I guess my expectations were not met. And I was just so upset. And bitter and angry and, like, just stupid. And, like, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, like, that I sort of did that to myself because I built it up in my head and then I prophesized that it wasn't going to be like that. And I had nightmares about it that were, like, very metaphorical. About the band rejecting me in a swimming pool. And it's like, what the fuck? Why are we in a swimming pool? And this can't be possible. They have to love me. And it's like I made all this effort to, like, talk to them and stuff. Like, I gave them, like, a gift. Like, I gave them a bunch of pot cookies and, like, a little canister with my jokes on it. And it was just so stupid, like, so lame. Like, something like a 13-year-old girl would do. And then I just cried for hours, like, because they couldn't come out to talk to their fans, which I just thought was lame. And, I mean, I still think it's lame. I still have the same sentiment towards it. But it's like, well, that was silly for me to overreact. Like, I know that I overreacted because, I mean, having a PTSD episode because your favorite band doesn't want to talk to you, like, that's kind of stupid. But needless to say, they're not my favorite band anymore. And I feel like that happened for a reason because, like, they hate the president. Like, fuck you, LCD Sound System. You're wrong. So, that's not punk at all. Like, they claim to be a punk band. My ass. You can't say the same thing that, like, 96% of the media is saying and call yourself punk. But I will say, like, the lead singer, James Murphy, really inspired me. And, like, that won't ever change. So, shout out to you, even though you hate the president. Because you just can't see the truth. It's funny because I think that he can see the truth of a lot of other things, which is why he inspired me. And I know that he hates technology. The thing that bummed me out the most about it is the fact that I feel like we'd get along really well. And he would really understand just the way that I live my life. But I feel like he understands what it's like to be crazy like I am. I'm not saying that he's on my level, but I feel like, I mean, people, like musicians, I'd say, he's definitely not on your level. He's successful, baby. Yeah, he's successful. But I don't know. It's like everything's changed. Like ever since Ducky got elected. It's like just nobody wants to be them. Like, I'm not going to say they don't want to be themselves, but it feels like that with technology. And like, that's exactly what it is. Like they're controlling the narrative. They're controlling everything. All the ways that people look at other people. The way that they look at like a court hearing. The way that they look at a rape case or just any crime, really. I mean, it's funny, like, how many crimes, like, they don't talk about, but the ones that they do aren't that big of a deal. A lot of stuff that they focus on. But it's just all related to, like, just smearing the president. It's just so lame, you know? Like, that disappoints me about LCDs. Like, they oh, God, I can't believe that James can't see through that. It just kills me. I'm like, dude, I know that you, like, want to be a liberal and shit, but there's no point anymore. Like, they've completely gone off the rails. Like, there's no point in, like, hanging on anymore. Like, I'm here to tell you, you loosey-goosey liberals. Loose with the truth. Who needs proof? When you got a vagina! See, the problem with identity politics is that it's going to switch itself up. So it's not going to stay the same. So your turn is fixing to be over. And like, you can focus on somebody else's tragedy, all because they're a person of color, or all because they're a woman, or all because they're a homosexual, or all because they're a transgender. It's like, they just do this. And like, if you don't play the victim, if you don't constantly like think of yourself as oppressed, it's like, well, you don't qualify for that anymore. It's like, oh my God. The fact that Chelsea fucking Handler, the most unfunny, untalented, worthless comedian, if she could even call herself that, said that she would take away Ben Carson's black card. I mean, fuck that bitch. I was like, was she kidding? It's like, wow, no, that's racy. That's not like putting people in a box, is it? Like, it's like, I don't want to put people in boxes though. So I feel like I'm worried that I do that with my expectations, you know? Like, I feel like I put LCD Sound System in a box, and I don't know why the fuck I expected them to not hate this president. Because it's so cool to hate this president, right? The anti-Trump train is nothing but laughs. It's like you guys have been whining and protesting for like the past 2 years. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to us. Explorable deplorables. That'll make America gross again. I am like gonna go with that because I'm a diehard Trump supporter and I'm a diehard Amy Gross supporter. So I think that we would have like a really awesome conversation, like me and Ducky. Like, I fantasize about that. I wonder if it would be like a 5-course meal and there would be like lobster bisque. That would be really good. I was just like, yes, I fantasize about this sort of thing. Like, this is why I'm a libertarian and I never leave the house. But it's just like the fact that like so many people, like, they wouldn't even like want to have anything to do with me all because I'm wearing this hat, like including one of my favorite bands that really inspired me. Like, that's what's so sad. It's like my heroes, like James Murphy was my fucking hero, and now he hates Trump. It's like, oh my God, why? You know that, like, what was that bitch? Did anybody figure out her name? It was just like that screaming bitch. The one that they made a meme out of, obviously. I didn't know what a meme was for the longest time. Is that weird that, like, it's like I find out about things like years later? Like, in relation to technology, like all this stuff, like, that people say, like the pronoun shit, like I didn't hear about that for a long time because I just wasn't paying any attention to it. And then like people started talking about it like in comedy, and I was like, what is going on? It's like I wasn't paying any attention to politics. Like, after Barack Obama's first term, I was like, fuck politics. They're all the same. And then and like fucking Trump just comes moseying on in. I was like, what the fuck? This is gonna be awesome. He's gonna fucking win. Fuck yeah. And I didn't even vote for him, but I was like, this election's retarded, but he's gonna fucking win, and he's probably gonna like actually live up to his campaign promises because he's a businessman. And that was just like my assumption because I really didn't know much else about him. And look at what's happening now, you guys. It's fucking awesome. You know what it is? It's great. Keep America great, you guys. Now, I know there are a lot of things that aren't so great about America. The obesity rate is not so great, but that's because people don't have self-control. The opioid epidemic is not so great, but that's because people don't have self-control, and they fall victim to being exploited by the pharmaceutical companies. But they'll keep doing this because it's a huge part of advertising. In fact, if you haven't noticed, if you go on YouTube, which, I mean, obviously you do. Hello. If you go on YouTube, not my channel, of course, because mine's not monetized for a reason. I was so offensive. Like, even when I was liberal, I was offensive. So I was like, just leave yourself unmonetized. Like, you're going to get kicked off, or you're not going to make money anyway. Just expect to make no money. Yeah, that's why I'm getting a second job. I think I've said that. What were we... God damn it. I love you, oh Lord. Don't get mad that I use blasphemy, please. Just see like a lightning bolt just come down from heaven and smite me. That was the last straw. It's like, really? How many times has it been that I've said, God damn it? It's so funny, the stuff that people find offensive, you know? Like, a lot of people would find that really offensive. Well, the same person would find God damn it offensive wouldn't find faggot offensive. You know? And, like, the same person that would find, like, I don't know. Supposedly everybody finds nigga offensive, except for, you know, black people. Because they're used to hearing it and they say it a lot. So, it's offensive to white people, though, which doesn't make any lick of sense to me. It's not offensive to Mexicans. Or Asians. It's just always white people. I haven't talked to Indians or, Pacific Islanders. So please don't be upset that I don't know how Eskimos feel about the N-word. But I haven't been to Alaska. And even if I did go to Alaska, I don't know if I'd end up, like, hanging out in an igloo, you know, with some Eskimos. But that would be fucking awesome. Now that's something to think about. If I ever leave and I go to the one comedy club in Alaska, I think Alaska would be like a really good place to do comedy because, like, it's like away from the United States. So it's like off on its own. I'm sure you could get away with a lot over there. And what is it like at some point every year, like it just gets dark all the time? Fuck yes. That's like perfect for me. Now supposedly like a lot of the people are there are alcoholics. And they say it's because of the weather, or because of the dark thing. I'm like, dude, I'd fucking flourish in Alaska. Just take me out to Juneau. Not Juneau. Not the movie. That's a good movie, though. I like that movie. I'm surprised you don't have it. It's a good movie. I saw that movie twice in the theater. If I like something, I'll usually see it twice. Because, like, the first time you watch a movie is awesome, but the second time is way better. Because then you know what's going on, you know what to expect, and then you can see different things and pay attention to more. See, I feel like that's how I live my life, and that's interesting, and that's cool, and that's why I'm good at this shit. Chin flab! I'm sorry, I just started noticing it. I was like, it's so ugly! See, I'm this way with me. I'm my own lover, you know? And I feel like God doesn't just love me, he really, really likes me. So that's why he hasn't smited me yet. I wish that he'd smite everybody. I wish that he'd smite, especially Hollywood, just all of Hollywood would get smited. Have you guys seen, like, Independence Day? Well, you know, like, the aliens, supposedly, that were, like, up in the sky, up in the sky from other planets. Then they all came down, or, like, they, you know, just sent out that beam and then just, like, blew shit up. Kind of like Al-Qaeda, but, like, way more intense. Like, and not funded by the government. No, I'm sure that they would be. God, I'm sure that it would be. Like, what if that movie is like a foretelling of the future? No, but I really think, like, all this UFO shit and, like, all the aliens underground, they're fixing to come the fuck up. And it's going to freak out the American public, and because the American public, like, just looks at that as yellow journalism, they're going to be like, oh my God, and they're going to be freaking the fuck out, and then they're going to really trust the government because they're going to be so fucking terrified. What? Do you guys hear that? I'm dying. Oh, I don't care. That's my phone, you guys. I don't care if my phone dies. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but that happens a lot. I think something's wrong with my battery. Because, like, I charged it last night. I have a flip phone. So, if I charge that bitch, it usually stays charged for, like, 4 days. You know? But it's been whining a lot. So, I think that I got water in it or some shit. Probably. You're so fucking careless. You don't give a fuck about that phone. The only reason I have a phone, period, is to get a hold of my drug dealer. Like, that's it. And me and my drug dealer would have to work something out. If, you know, I had to get a smartphone. You can forget that shit. Send a courier pigeon. Just leave like a little note in his mailbox. Hey man, it's time. You know what to do. You know what to do. That song wasn't about drugs. Why are you making it about drugs? These are good drugs. And Outkast talked about marijuana. They didn't talk about crack cocaine. Because fuck crack cocaine. Crack cocaine is for losers. Seriously. Like, any version of that drug is fucking horrible. And the people that do it are going to just destroy their lives and, like, steal from people and just be horrible, horrible people. I'm just letting you know. Like, you don't want to be an addict, do you? It's not fun. It's not cool. You're just going to lose all your money. And you're not even going to, like, really get high. Like, you're going to think that you're getting high. But it's just a chase. All you're doing is chasing it. Eventually, once you realize that that's what you're doing, you've lost all your money, you've lost jobs, you've lost your house, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or whatever the fuck you have. There's this chick. Shout out to Jennifer from Beyond the Grave. She's dead. I tried to help her get sober. But at the time, like, I was just out of sorts. And I ended up relapsing after this happened. Especially with her, when I found out about her. I'm not going to blame her. I'm like, yeah, she's the reason I relapsed. But, like, really, like, she just was one of those people that couldn't live with it, couldn't live without it, you know? And, like, she was a hardcore alcoholic. But, man, that's so sad. She lost everything. Her husband divorced her. She lost custody of her kids. She lost her job because she drove to work drunk. And she lost custody of her kids because she picked her kids up drunk. And then she lost everything that she had except for her big-ass house, you know, that her parents gave her. And it's I don't know. It's sad. It's fucking sad. I don't mean it, you know, I'm not making fun of it. At least she's at peace, though. That's the thing. She's at peace. Now she doesn't have to, you know, live anymore. I know that a lot of people, like, don't look at it like that, but I mean, as an alcoholic, and I'm assuming that she's probably borderline personality if like, that's the way that she did it, and she ended up dying. And that was, like, right around the time that Amy Winehouse passed away. Was it? Or was it the next year? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, when did I get sober? Because I got sober around the same time that she passed away. It's weird. It's really weird, because I'm like, dude, why didn't you take me, God? She's a much better Amy. She was like, got the voice of an A. I like, oh my God. I could listen to her for hours. Literally, because that's all the music that she made. Just, like, 3 albums. Actually, she came out with another one, but it wasn't that good. Was it 3? Are you sure it was 3? I think it was only 2. It was like Back to Black, of course, and then there was God damn, what's the name of that album? I have it. Now I'm gonna want to listen to it. I think I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna look for this Amy Winehouse album. It's the one with like the shoes. The shoes are on the album cover. God, don't you? Oh, fuck. Maybe it was self-titled. There's my phone again. I'm really dying. Won't you charge me? No. Amy. Dude, I want to do a cover of that shit. And it's funny because my name's Amy. And I think of myself in threes, you know? So, I love it. That was like my favorite. That's my favorite song she's ever done. It's so fucking honest. It's so raw. And it's sexy. And like, I masturbate to it, you know? It's just beautiful. But she's just talking about how like, just, she's so obsessed with this guy. I totally get her. That's what makes me so sad that she's dead, man. That's right, I make the snorting sound when I cry too. It's just so sad that she's dead. Even though it's kind of obvious that was going to happen, you know? Because she was a crackhead and an alcoholic, and she was smoking cigarettes. I mean, it's just like me. I mean, I wasn't a crackhead, because you guys know how I feel about that. But I was very addicted to alcohol. Like, I really get it. Sometimes I just miss being addicted to alcohol, though. I'm like, dude, I just miss the desperation. I've never, like, gotten fucked up in a hotel room. You know? Like, I need to do that. Where's my party? Where's my hotel party? Shout out to Heather. She knows who she is. I used to call her Strawberry. She worked with me at Steak and Shake. She's a good example of a borderline. Because, like, she was always crying. Like, I don't know how you deal with this. All these people being so mean to you. I'm like, dude. You just gotta internalize it and make jokes. So true, y'all. No, but she said the funniest shit I've ever heard. So this is the thing, borderlines are funny. And she usually annoyed the fuck out of me, but she would just say funny shit, like just randomly. She'd be like, well, I guess I'm gonna go to the hotel and do me a line of cocaine and watch some TV. Like, all right. Good for you. It's a really good way to spend your hard-earned server money. I said this, and I think I offended a lot of servers when I said this, but I